Russia condemned the attacks and called for urgent diplomacy. Israel and Iran have long been at odds over Tehran's nuclear ambitions and its regional influence. Previous confrontations have ranged from cyber operations and proxy conflicts in Syria and Lebanon to limited direct exchange. Regional leaders had in recent weeks been working to prevent escalation, mediating between Tehran and Washington. Analysts say the latest developments suggest Washington's aligned closely with Israel's security assessment, despite diplomatic caution from some Arab allies. Diplomatic efforts are now expected to intensify as world powers seek to prevent a broader regional war that could destabilize the Gulf and beyond. Saddam Mobale, Deogracias Habimana, UBC News.
Now, in relation to this story, the government of Uganda is monitoring the situation in the Middle East with grave concern. In light of the escalating security situation, all Ugandan citizens currently in the territory of Iran are advised to take serious precautions for their safety and leave Iran through any possible means. The government of Uganda has taken the decision to withdraw all non-essential staff from the embassy in Tehran for their safety. Consular services are severely limited for the time being as alternative arrangements are put in place. Ugandans are further urged to alert community leaders of their whereabouts, stay indoors, and monitor media for developments. Information about evacuations will be limited until the situation is clear. And all other Ugandan citizens, in light of the extremely fluid situation that is affecting international travel, are strongly advised to suspend travel to the Middle East until further notice. The government of Uganda calls on all parties to exercise restraint, prioritize dialogue, and refrain from any further escalation. This is a message authored by Vincent Bajire Waiswa, the Permanent Secretary. In other news, Lango leaders have resolved to put aside political differences and work as a united front to drive development across the sub-region. This follows a landmark peace, unity, reconciliation and development meeting convened by the Lango Cultural Institution under the leadership of the Paramount Chief, Dr. Engineer Moses Odongo. Let's have a look at the details.
The eye-level engagement drew ministers, members of parliament, LC5 and LC3 chairpersons, ambassadors, religious leaders, and civil society actors, all meeting under what organizers described as the peace pillar as Uganda recovers from the recently concluded general election. The gathering opened with a powerful prayer session led by the Lango Religious Forum, setting the tone for reconciliation, harmony, and renewed solidarity.
We strongly condemn the growing culture of disrespect and public shaming. We urge both young people and leaders to seek mentorship and safe space.
The meeting aimed at healing post-election divisions and shaping a 5-year development agenda for Lango. Among the key resolutions was a commitment to harmonize leaders who won and those who lost in the recent elections, emphasizing that political competition should not translate into permanent division.
In this season and time, we have all come together as leaders of Lango, and we are speaking one language, the development agenda of Lango sub-region that must be submitted to government of Uganda for implementation after amending the 2012 agenda.
The meeting also called for strategic engagement on presidential appointments and greater inclusion of cultural institutions in policy development and implementation.
We as Lango, we have voted very well for the president. We are requesting him to reward Lango with a few, not many, just a few areas of development.
The Paramount Chief, Dr. Engineer Moses Michael Odonokun, emphasized that the cultural institution remains open for a peaceful dialogue with anyone who may have grievances, noting that court battles alone do not build reconciliation. With a renewed commitment to reconciliation and collective leadership, Lao leaders say the focus now shifts from political contestation to a shared mission, driving inclusive development and restoring unity across the sub-region. Ed Yulwa, UBC News.
And in more news, leaders in Palisa district have launched a tree planting campaign as part of the efforts to restore the environment and reduce the impact of flood disasters in the future. The heavy downpour accompanied by hailstorm struck on the 14th of this month, lasting nearly 20 minutes and left several homes destroyed, including a school, property lost, many residents also injured, and 2 people dead. We have a detailed story.
More than 500 residents in Kivale Town Council and surrounding areas were left homeless after recent storm destroyed houses and property. Some survivors sustained serious injuries, while others continue to struggle to rebuild their lives.
It came at around noon. Our children were asleep. I went, I picked the sweater, but the wind was too much.
The storm came to flow out everything. Our housings, our food was damaged. Some people were broken. We even lost 2 lives.
Leaders attribute the increasing occurrence of such disasters to widespread deforestation, charcoal burning, and poor farming practices that continue to degrade the environment in Palisa district.
Because of tree cutting, we are now suffering the storms, we're suffering soil erosion, and what happened shouldn't have happened. And we want to stop it by planting trees.
Local leaders led by the Palisa Resident District Commissioner Dikusoka Majid and Catherine Achola, the district woman member of parliament elect, have extended a helping hand by delivering non-relief support items such as blankets and jerry cans to some of the affected households.
I want to take this one on behalf of the government and Honorable Chola, MP elect Palisa this week, for standing with our people.
We've got these trees, some of them are fruit trees, some of them are good for timber. Take care of that tree as you take care of your own child.
Catherine Achola says leaders have already contacted well-wishers and development partners to support more than 300 affected households as they await assistance from the office of the Prime Minister.
We have also reached out to other organizations. Uganda Revenue Authority, our own, working with URA, helped us to deliver a letter to the Commissioner General URA. So we are expecting support from these institutions.
With increased community participation in tree planting and environmental conservation, there is hope that this will help reduce the frequency of natural disasters in the area. Charity Marion Imnat and Muhammad Diga reporting for UBC News.
At least 200 students have graduated with national diplomas and certificates under a joint technical training program between the Makerere University College of Education and the External Studies Center for Lifelong Learning and the Uganda Vocational and Technical Assessment Board. The program targets both young people and adult learners seeking hands-on skills for the labor market and entrepreneurship. More details in this report.
The over 200 graduates were assessed and certified by UVTAB, Uganda's national body mandated to oversee competence-based vocational qualifications. The partnership seeks to widen access to practical skills training while enhancing employability through strengthened technical and vocational education.
We train our students practically through various courses in architecture, engineering, and business courses. After the 2 years training, even before the 2 years training, students are given skills that give them opportunities outside there in the industry. To the graduates who have received their certificates, national diplomas today, this is not the end, but this marks the beginning of your academic journey.
During the ceremony, university officials formally presented the candidates for conferment, declaring them duly examined and approved by UVTEB.
The Uganda Vocational and Technical Assessment Board.
Education leaders say the initiative aligns with national efforts to build technical capacity, tackle unemployment, and promote lifelong learning across the country.
This program is just contributing to the Skilling Uganda approach or Skilling Uganda program of the Ministry of Education of the Government of Uganda, and the recent act, the BitVet Act, which was approved last year.
Go out and have access to jobs with confidence because you have the skills, you have the competencies. Don't look for a job like somebody who doesn't have the skills, somebody who is not sure.
Officials reaffirmed that the collaboration between Makerere University and UVTEB will continue to produce a skilled workforce ready to meet Uganda's growing demand for technical expertise.
Having a collaboration with, between Makerere University and the Uganda Vocational and Technical Assessment Board is a very, very important collaboration because the other body is responsible for assessment, and for us as Makerere University, as the Center for Lifelong Learning, we are responsible for teaching the student.
A warm congratulations to the graduate. In more news, professionals in the water sector have been urged to volunteer their knowledge and skills by writing advisory papers and proposals for Kampala Capital City Authority to strengthen flood monitoring and management. The coordinator of the Water Resources Institute, Gwendolyn Koburungi, says that this will enable KCCA to leverage expert knowledge to improve service delivery in flood mitigation and water supply. She was addressing participants at the conclusion of a training workshop on urban flood monitoring.
A group of water sector experts has completed training in floods monitoring and management at the Water Resources Institute in Entebbe. The training was organized by the Ministry of Water and Environment and the International Water Management Institute.
In these 2 days, what we have done, we have identified the needs for a digital tool to support flood risk informed infrastructure planning in Kampala. So we have gone through a process called co-design process. Through it, we have also raised awareness. We have also provided information. We have also provided linkage to other learning resources. So my appeal to the participants is, first of all, let's continue engaging in this process because the tool we are going to develop will be co-developed. It's not that one institution develops and they give it to somebody else, but they are the end users and they are the stakeholders with whom we want to work.
Participants were also equipped with knowledge on applying new innovations in the sector.
We've seen a lot of countries take up the usage of Digital Earth Africa through their various departments, so it's embedded in their analysis, their processes that they use for informed decision making. So that's how we're seeing Digital Earth Africa being used currently. It's also being used a lot in the academic sector for research because it is data that people are already using. It's just a little bit difficult for them to use it when you don't use a platform like Digital Earth Africa. So that's what we are providing, just easy access to the data, easy access to the analysis, free computation, as well as support from our science team. So that's how we're seeing it being used on the continent.
The Water Resources Institute coordinator, Gwendolyn Koburungi, urged participants to consistently prepare advisory papers for KCCA and other institutions seeking technical expertise.
It is very important for technical people, for the professionals, always collect information, put it together in form of evidence on what to do, an evidence that will push forward the decision making. That based on the evidence from research, from science, from the studies, so that the environment and also the water and the communities are managed in a sustainable manner.
This comes at a time when institutions face challenges in accessing quality data for floods monitoring and management. Dorcas Kimono, UBC News.
The Mohammed VI Foundation of Africa, or LEMA, in Uganda has distributed food items to more than 300 blind persons and refugees from South Sudan in a humanitarian drive held at its headquarters in Zambia, Kampala. We had a chance to capture some of the details.
Speaking during the distribution, Dr. Salih Ibrahim, the head of the foundation in Uganda, said the initiative reflects the vision of Muhammad VI, who founded the organization to support the needy, especially during the fasting season.
48 countries, and Uganda is one of the members. And amongst its programs that it carries out such programs in Ramadan, in all its 48 countries all over Africa. And today's arrangement, we targeted our sisters and brothers from Sudan, and we targeted 150 families, and also we targeted our brothers and sisters with visual impairment.
He noted that beyond humanitarian assistance, the foundation also focuses on educating religious scholars across Africa, particularly in Quran and Hadith memorization and studies.
And the packages had sugar, wheat, rice, beans, cooking oil. It's not so big, but it's a sign of love, sign of cooperation, sign of solidarity.
Refugees who are in Uganda, many of them have had their share. Then the other one is for people who are impaired, people with disabilities, those who are blind. They are enjoying this, they are joining us in a fellowship of Shahr Ramadan, the month of Ramadan.
Beneficiaries, especially members of the blind community, expressed gratitude to the foundation for remembering them during the holy month and providing food packages to ease their daily needs.
Era kisobole okubeera nti kigenda mu maaso n'obuyambi bwe kituwa. Webalire ddala tusaba Allah ow'ekitiibwa abawangaaze era ne ku mulundi omulala mutuyite.
Dr. Salih Ibrahim further thanked King Muhammad VI for establishing the organization and supporting its charitable activities. He also appreciated the President of Uganda for maintaining peace and stability, which enables humanitarian organizations to operate and serve vulnerable populations effectively.
Yes, I want to take this opportunity to thank His Majesty King Muhammad VI, the King of Kingdom of Morocco, who is the founder and the president of this organization, Excellency, the President of Uganda, President Kaguta Museveni, for providing such good environment that enables us to network with different organizations to see that also we have a contribution to this socio-economic transformation agenda, which has championed for a very long time.
On 20th January, a case of aggravated robbery was registered at Gwanda Shopping Mall in Kisenyi after machete-wielding attackers targeted a bag suspected to have contained money. What appeared to be at first a sudden attack now shows signs of careful planning. So how did the robbery happen and who was watching before it began? We reviewed the incident to reconstruct the events. Police say escort and protection services are available for individuals transporting large sums of money. Now, Ivan Kawa interacted with the victims and eyewitnesses. We have a detailed report.
Yes, I was one of the people in that video.
Abantu betumanyi nti oyo yogera omusanga ali ku poliisi kwatudde gye mikwano gye
nga balaba ku bbanga nga batudde naye wali mu kusooka twasooka kukimanya nti baki.
As Uganda Police Force and the other security agencies were not seated.
In February 2026, amid growing concern over insecurity, police reported an increase in crime within the Kampala metropolitan area.
Yes, I do admit we have had a challenge, a big challenge in Kampala metropolitan area, where a lot of people have come out in traffic jam along the northern bypass to come out and complain on social media, and some have also come out to complain physically at our police stations.
Police also reported breakthroughs following the arrest of key suspects linked to heinous crimes that resulted in loss of life. Suspects connected to the death of TikToker Diana Skies, Pamela Tumwebaze, the Uganda Christian University Dean of Students, Bukenya Martin, a student at Hillside Secondary School, were arrested, demonstrating what police describe as swift action in bringing culprits to book.
The murder of the two persons who were stabbed in Lunguja in a hotel, we made an arrest. The four guns we harvested from public between 21st and 24th January have seen a good reduction in aggravated robbery in the greater Kampala metropolitan area. So, Ndugu, there is a reduction wherever we do these operations, and these operations will be continuous.
But in Kisenyi, a busy ghetto in Kampala, another robbery unfolded. At about 8:45 a.m. on 20th January 2026, unidentified individuals armed with machetes attacked and robbed individuals reportedly carrying large sums of money at Uganda shopping mall.
How much money were you carrying? And weren't you carrying any other thing apart from money?
So we're just carrying only money. My friend's bag had 63 million, and mine had plus.
Before, had you been moving with that amount of money when you're going to bank?
Yes, kyali kibaddewo ko naye tubadde transportinganga mu ngeri y'enjawulo. Ekyo just kyali kituguddeko bugwi. I'm called Alex.
This is Alex. He deals in agency banking, money transfers and mobile money services. He has worked in this area for 2 years, and this was his first time witnessing such an incident.
Yes, I was one of the people in that video.
In this video, Alex walks unsuspectingly with a bag on his back. Within seconds, the situation changed. His colleague is attacked and the bag grabbed.
Naye bwe nalaba nti kyali wange bamulumbye, so nentegeera nti bano abantu baagala kwitwalako obulamu. So what I did, nze nenteekayo emisinde.
He later returns to the shop with the money still had.
In my bag. Because nali sisobola proceedinga to the bank because I didn't know what was prepared ahead. Yes, that's how I survived.
In case you have too much money and you feel you're not safe, you're insecure, you can kindly come to the police and probably you get an escort to escort you with that money. Let us avoid moving with too much money.
Can you trust police with your money?
Yes, I can trust police with my money because I think you ogenderayo bakiteeka mu record, then you agree. Because police ekuwa abantu bemanyi nti bano basajja baffe bakitongole.
Kyetaagisa ojje tukuwa obukuumi bwereere. Police services are free.
I first knelt down and I prayed to God about what had happened. Then nekirala I told my colleagues netugenda ku police netureportinga.
Incidents may occur, but as Uganda Police Force and the other security agencies were not seated, our intelligence and operational units are doing all their level best to ensure that we are on top of the game.
This is partly what was captured on this CCTV camera, but let's review how the day started.
I think sometimes there are always signs. God communicates to people, but we don't pick what he is telling us.
Alex tells me that on that day, they arrived late for work and opted to use a different route while taking the money to the bank.
Twatuuka in fact buli banka tuba tulina budde bwayo within this time kasi obudde obwo butuleka bwe tuti nga tunoonya options endala banka ndala.
You said you came late for work. What time did you arrive?
I arrived at 8.
At 8. Now, after arriving at the shop, did you receive any phone call from anybody?
No, I didn't. I didn't receive it.
So at the time of the attack, you had not used your phone or any phone call or any text message?
Because the only person who called me was my boss. That today you were late. What happened? Why haven't you people come at work? You always come early.
Before they even arrived, something unusual had already been noticed. Bone, a tea vendor who operates nearby, recalls seeing unfamiliar faces lingering around the shop as early as 6 a.m.
Before, sawa kumya byantinze tusavinga ababiri abamu andi nga tosobola basuubiriza okitegeera bali ku banka nabalaba ku banka nga batudde ngamba anti waliwo edduuka ya ddole basuubuzawo ddole ngamba abaddole nga bakedde okusuubuza abantu okitegeera nga tetumanyi nga babbi nagenda okulaba nga bazze wano ngamba be bali ababadde wali ku banka oba bali bamulondoola ze simanyi.
Now, according to eyewitnesses, there were motorcycles that were parked here between 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. and they did not know the owners of these motorcycles and the faces here were not familiar.
Ababoda batera parkingawo naye ko olwakeera nga KCC yakedde okugobako ki ababoda ku stages takkirizibwa tebakkirizibwa parkingako bakeera kuteekako obupande bwa no parking naye we twali awo ntulaba abazze ne bakola ki ne baparkingawo.
At the time, he assumed they were ordinary customers.
Kati abalala ne bavaawo omu yali yeefuula omutamiivu yalaba omulenzi ng'akiridde eyo wansi n'amugoberera kati kwe kumugoba naye ffe twalaba ebyali wano mu maaso ebyeri emabega sitwaliyo kati ogenda okulaba ate nga tumanyi bya bulijjo ebiriwo ate tugenda okulaba omuntu abakuta amajambiya nga bagoba omusajja oki omu eyali munda mu gundu mu mobile money. Kati ugenda okulaba oyo omunene ng'akoze eki ng'afulumyemu kati yafuluma nga bano abatudde ku bodaboda bakoze batya batanse okwasa piki bwe zaatandika okutambula ntulaba ono ng'akuba enduulu bwe yakuba enduulu we twategeerera nti baki naye wali mu kusooka twasooka kukimanya nti baki wakuba singa twakimanya nti babbi twatugenda naffe kukola ki kuziizaako omuntu
otegeera nti zino booda tezibadde zaawana nga mumaze kutegeera nti waliwo be babbi bano ne bagenda olyoka ogattagatta ebifaananyi
naye ntulaba nga balina jambiya nga ziriko n'omusaayi.
Report to the police. You might be scared as an individual, but you can go to a nearby police station and give us that information. We always encourage people to have contacts of their area police. So you can always call on those numbers that you have, or you go direct to the police and inform them.
Muno mu Kisenyi tulina abantu betumanyi nti oyo yogenda omusanga ali ku poliisi kwatudde gye mikwano gye abapoliisi baali nabo gye mikwano gye notuke wa kyamaani nga akakiiko konna akatuddewo bonna bamanyi nti oli munyakuzi wa ssimu oli muweki ebintu ebifaanaganako bwebi.
I don't know that information, but if there is anyone that has the proof, bring it to the police. And if you know that particular officer that deals with the alleged criminals, please bring it up. Bring it up such that it's investigated.
As Alex prepared to head to the bank, a fight suddenly broke out nearby. What now appears to have been a staged distraction.
And for us, we didn't pay much attention. Twali tumanyi nti nga bw'omanyi abano abatakisi n'ababoda bwe bityo nga beesikasika. Kumbe baali bakoze eki? Baali bapanze.
Ako kalimu mu vidiyo ako nga balwana oba ko tekalimu mu vidiyo?
Mu vidiyo tekalimu.
Endabika zaabo bwe twalabako waaliko omusajja oyo eyalinga omutamiivumu yali musajja nga munenемukko ate yali ayambadde n'akakoofiira nga ka kisiraamu. Kale kugamba abamu baali baweese n'obubaaga obubuzaabuza oyo omulenzi eyakkirira eyo wansi ng'akutte ebbaaga nabo nga baweese ebbaaga ng'eyiye gy'akoze eki gy'alina kugamba nti bwe banaamulaba bw'anaabala batafuula kugamba nti bantu babbi bazze kukola ki kumulumba ategeere nti bantu ba bulijjo nabo atambula nabo bamuyitako buyisi.
Amid the confusion, another man identified as Ivan intervened after suspecting a money heist. He punched one of the attackers, causing the bag containing 63 million shillings to drop, but he was quickly overpowered.
Where was Ivan at that point? Ivan was supposed to come with us. So in the process, y'olunaku olwo yali ayambadde ebigatto nga biriko shoe lenses. Jjukira zo fe ebiseera ebisinga tutera kwambala push-ins kozi olumu oyingira mu dduka nga mulimu kapeti ne muzireka wano wabweru. So Ivan yali ayambadde ebigatto nga birimu shoe lenses. So fe bwe twafuluma bwe tuti ye ebigatto bye byamulwisaamu. So yali suppose naye okubeera ku layini eyo. So we yafuluma bw'ati edduuka n'asanga bali ababbi mu kakorido ako, n'abasanga mu korido nga bafuluma. Ye baaga yafe agimanyi because baaga yo bw'oba obadde naye ebbanga eriwera ekintu ky'oba okimanyi, even if it's your shirt bw'omanyi nti omusaati yange. So ye bwe yabalaba n'ategeererawo nti wali ekitali kituufu, this is our bag, they've robbed us. So ye kye yakola, he reacted. Omusajja n'amukubirawo enguumi. Yamukubirawo enguumi, oli n'ata baaga. Kati mu kugita ono n'ajja n'ejjambiya n'agezaako okwetaasa ne bamukuba wansi ekigo. So baali bamutemyeko omukono naye ate epanga yo yakwata baaga. Ekyo kye kyataasa naye omukono gwandikoze eki, gwandivuddeko. Then wasaawo baamutema ku mugongo. Awo yali amutema, yamutema ku mugongo. So akyali ku treatment, but he's at least progressing well. Tulina nawo osobola bataasiza kali. Oli alina ejjambi ayinza okuggyako obulago. Ekyakabitaano onayimba mu ssaawa 5 naye onako onavaamu ssaawa 2 okutya.
During the chaos, a taxi driver sustained dental injuries after the attackers reportedly mistook him for someone trying to assist the victims.
Ezo embizzi zaali zingisesebe. Nakale ndi mu kwejjanjaba. Ate sente zibanjamu n'amannyo. Nali nkanika mmoka yange ono ng'efudde. Ne bajja ne saabagenderera nalaba bano nga basika nsawo nga badduka. Okuvaayo nti noye bwenti. Ne bankupa ebikonde ssebo. Nakale era ndi mulwadde n'ejjanjaba. Naye ekyomukimu nabo baabakutteko bandiiriremu nange n'ejjanjaba sente nnyingi. Bankuulamu n'amanyi. Ne ssebo kyekyo nalaba ekyalo omubabbi abo. Baakuba abantu abo balina amajambiya. Nze we baali bagoba ababbi nga bo balowooza nti oba ngenda kutaasa oli ow'essente. Kale nga nange ndi kubyange nkanika mmotoka.
Police later confirmed the arrest of suspects captured in the video. 2 motorcycles believed to have been used in the robbery were impounded. The affected individuals remain hopeful that the stolen money will be recovered and compensation made. From eyewitnesses' accounts, this money heist was clearly planned, but it was a deal gone bad.
So, Muchara.
Yes, Daddy.
You know the children are going back to school and things are a bit tight. For now, why don't you take half of the fees to junior school, and for the school van contribution, we shall pay later.
Daddy, why don't we pay using MTN Momo, where we stand a chance of winning school fees for a whole year and more? By the way, you can also apply for a school fees loan, and also participating schools can win a school van.
That's right! Win school fees for a whole year and more. Get Momo goodies and a school van for participating schools. You can also apply for a school fees loan. Simply dial *165*80# or use the Momo app.
Step into elegance, step into confidence, step into La Vie Boutique. Located at Grand Imperial Hotel, Shop 6 and 8, right behind Bank of Uganda. Livestock brings you high-class corporate and casual wear for men. From sharp designer suits and crisp shirts to stylish casual t-shirts, tracksuits, shoes and accessories, we've got everything to make you stand out. Call us on 0772 419 181 or 0705 555 558. Livestock, where class meets style.
So, Muchala,
Yes, Daddy.
you know the children are going back to school and things are a bit tight. For now, why don't you take half of the fees to junior school, and for the school van contribution, we shall pay later.
Daddy, why don't we pay using MTN Momo, where we stand a chance of winning school fees for a whole year and more? By the way, you can also apply for a school fees loan, and also participating schools can win a school van.
That's right! Win school fees for a whole year and more. Get Momo goodies and a school van for participating schools. You can also apply for a school fees loan. Simply dial *165 *80# or use the Momo app.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News Tonight, broadcasting live from Nile Avenue. We take you into the world of business. Pastoralists in Napak districts are concerned over the increasing burden of resistant tick disease livestock in the region. This was revealed during the launch of livestock vaccination against pest des petite, remunette, and contagious caprine pleural pneumonia in Lomuria Angalepan Village, Napak District. The vaccination project is funded by the UN Food and Agriculture Organization through the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries.
Bishop Emeritus for Karamoja Diocese, Joseph Abura, after retiring from church service, turned to agriculture for a living, but his survival is being threatened by increasing burden of ticks, which are resistant to acaricides.
Cows you see here, anytime. We apply, we wash them, we ticks, is what you call it, acaricide. Acaricide, sprays. But disease has come in along. There are anywhere, so that we can really rest from this.
Actually, Naro is still conducting trials of the vaccine against the ticks. So the trials are still ongoing, and it's our prayer that when the trials are done, the vaccine should be available.
Ariel Tiang, the sub-county veterinary officer for Lolengechera, explains the cause of the tick burden in the district.
To a rainy season where I expect there is a surge of increase in ticks. And that's why we actually are always sensitizing, advising farmers that tick control is the key than preventing the tick-borne diseases, because they are very expensive to treat. And then also the other challenge is the veterinary drugs. We have a challenge where we call them quacks, because these people are not licensed to handle these drugs. They move with these drugs to markets, and these farmers usually go for them because they sell cheaply, but these drugs we do not know the source, and then also the efficacy is not tested. So it is still...
Napaka District Veterinary Officer Dr. Marigold Kulumi says most farmers have limited knowledge on how to apply acaricide.
Today you are using this the different acaricide, the next time you are using a different acaricide. You should be able to use an acaricide maybe for 6 months, and if you wish to change, you can now change to another acaricide. But that is under the guidance of the technical person, the veterinary officer.
Similarly, farmers were concerned on animals brought from other districts, which have started killing their animals.
We have not cleared these animals. I did not issue a letter of no objection, neither did I write to my colleague in Nakasongola about allowing him to issue a movement permit for these animals to come into our district. This has been a big challenge around this area. That's why lumpy skin has actually become almost endemic around here.
Napak Resident District Commissioner Milton Odong and District Chairperson John Pokodet urged the Karimajongs to transform their standards of living.
Not going to school, you have animals. Please, see how many do you have? And maybe you identify, we agree with the family. My son is going to university, I have no money, but the animals are here. And we agree as a family, and we sell one to pay school fees, so that the child is educated.
The cow is our livestock, is our livelihood. But we need to turn this livestock to something valuable for our economy.
Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, with funding from the UN Food and Agriculture Organization, have launched livestock vaccination against pest des petits ruminants, PPR, and contagious caprine pneumonia, CCPP, across Karamoja sub-region. The launch was held at Lomule Angalepan village, Lolengechera sub-county, Napak district.
Place support project. These we are doing for now. We will be doing 3 consecutive vaccinations. We will have this year, we will have next year, we will have the other year.
To thank the partners, FAO, that has made it possible. I would like to so much to thank the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries.
Ugandan youth have been encouraged to embrace the value addition agenda to meet the evolving market demands and promote sustainable development. The call was made by Pastor Mbabazi Robert, presidential mobilizer on the poverty eradication program, during an ICT graduation ceremony at Makerere University's School of Women and Gender Studies.
Thank you so much.
The presidential mobilizer on the poverty eradication program, Pastor Mbabazi Robert, has urged Ugandans to prioritize value addition as a strategy to meet market demands and enhance sustainable national development.
With the value addition idea is making wine from banana. You can get 6 bottles of wine from 1 batch of banana, and each bottle is at 20,000. That's 120,000.
The ICT coordinator under the School of Women and Gender Studies at Makerere University, Dr. Kidi Fred, emphasized the need for graduates to apply their ICT knowledge to solve societal challenges.
This program is internationally recognized. You can go anywhere the moment you show, because as you are aware, your certificates are issued by Cisco, Networking Academy of New York. Once you finish your exam, they are the one who issue the certificate, then your instructors print them here. So that's how important your program is. And I urge all of us, even when you've had that program and you have another opportunity to pursue more training in IT or whatever it is, please, I encourage you.
An ICT lecturer at Makerere University, Dr. Frank Nyakahuma, highlighted the importance of ICT skilling programs at the School of Women and Gender Studies and encouraged graduates to positively impact their communities.
Parents, partners, you are free to connect these students because they have got enough skills. When they did IT sessions, they know how to repair computers, they know how to program computers, they know how to troubleshoot. And
graduates expressed gratitude to the Office of the Presidential Mobilizer on the Poverty Eradication Program and Makerere University for equipping them with essential ICT skills.
I want to thank God because I was still afraid of joining, because as like at university they always want the tuition at once, they want the sum at once. But I thank God in our college you pay on a small place.
A friend of mine called Honorable Stephen Kamujishabuliaika. Yes, and I have come up with her daughter. She has escorted me. This is the man who came and asked my father, do you have any educated son? My dad was like, wow.
The graduates were awarded certificates upon completion of the program.
More in business, the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries has urged exporters of fresh fruit and vegetables to adhere to international market standards in order to increase the country's exports. The Commissioner for Crop Inspection and Certification at the Ministry, Dr. Paul Mwambu, says that the Ministry is striving to ensure that exporters are supported with cold chain facilities and trucks.
Center for Agriculture and Bioscience International, CABI, has supported the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries with vehicles to ease supervision and inspection of farmers and exporters of fresh fruits and vegetables. The aim is to ensure that Uganda's exporters of fresh fruits and vegetables adhere to the standards of the international market in order to increase the country's exports, especially to the European markets.
Policies, strategies in the fresh fruit and vegetable sector, which is as the main aim for this project. The capacity of public and private sector actors in digitization is also something that the project is already initiating, and we hope to achieve as much.
So both from the private sector side as well as from the government side, to improve their presence at the farm level. The second thing is that we also provide some IT equipment, some tablets, some computers to facilitate real-time reporting from the farm to the central office here in Kampala. That helps to make quick decisions and also facilitate communication between the public and private sector as well as farmers.
Uganda is exporting fresh fruit and vegetables, but the issue is that they have to meet the standards, phytosanitary, packaging, and the standards, also for the protection of the consumers in Europe. So, under this situation and seeing the numbers that the exports were not so high, we decided with the Ministry of Agriculture and the Plant Health Office, the MPPO, to start a project 1 year ago to support both the private sector and the public sector to improve the system, to improve the standards.
The exporters of fresh fruits and vegetables commend CABI and the Ministry of Agriculture for supporting them.
With the increased compliance, we should be able to increase our exports. Many of the exporters had lost interest because whenever their products are intercepted, they lose a lot of money. Because during interception, these products are actually banned. They are destroyed at the expense of the exporter. So for that matter, it becomes very difficult to continue in such a business when you are losing a lot of money.
The Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries is striving to strengthen Uganda's agriculture export system for more foreign exchange earnings.
Thank you for being a lovely audience. That brings us to the end of our bulletin tonight. We also do compel you to pray for the Middle East and what's happening. We have our loved ones out there, and of course, do keep in touch with the news so that you can get updates on the best ways to, evacuate or do whatsoever you ought to do to get out of there. Otherwise, my name is Wadulo Arnold. Mark Dorothy Namuyomba is on sign language, and I'm styled by La Vie Boutique, located on Grand Imperial, Shop 6 and 8, right behind Bank of Uganda. Have yourselves a lovely night.